Can y'all hear me now? Let's see. Can y'all hear me now? Well, good. So, of course, my little musical interlude didn't work, but that's okay because probably that would have got us in trouble in some kind of way anyway. So I'm just so glad to have y'all back and talk to some people and talk back to people. It's been a while since we got to talk and it seemed like after it's like we were here, and then of course it ended seemed like so fast. Anyways, let me speak to some people in this chat because I'm really glad to see all of y'all here. I've missed all y'all, and if anybody who would like to subscribe to this and like this, it would help me along. Yes. So, wow. So, let's see. It seems like, okay, so we were having the trial and I don't know what I'm doing. I just know that I had started at one time to make a YouTube channel and paid for it for a long time and never made a video. And then I paused it and it came back on and I said, well, dang it, I'm going to make a video. And it seems like I had so much to say. And of course I didn't write it down, and that's why I can't think of what I wanted to say. If you're local on Facebook or please comment and let me know that you're listening so that I would be able to speak to the people on Facebook too. Anyway, I went on vacation, went to Panama City and had a wonderful time. But at the same time, when I came back, I felt like somebody had, like we had the sheet, we had it jerked out from under us. And I know I was not the only one who felt that way. And it was like I went to Florida, and when I was in Florida, of course, Nate was doing the juror interviews and all that. And so I've just been like walking in my sleep or just like can't figure out what I'm supposed to do. And plus it's that time of year for my dad died on July 2nd. And the funeral was July 4th. So that's always my birthday, and that time of year is kind of, but anyways, I've been in a hole trying to dig out. And the worst part of it is, the best part of it is I really don't have that much to dig out of when I like in the big picture, of how other people are. And yeah, like Tracy's, it's felt very empty going back. Hey, Cindy Bullock. Yeah, we all felt that way, Cindy. And two, the thing about it is can you imagine how the family felt? How Kresha and Kay and Larry and I know that other like, I think that Gigi from Pretty Lies and Alibis has stayed real busy, and that is because I know she went and volunteered and did some donations and stuff, and that's really, really good. But I know it seems like that most of the creators who were real heavy in this, it's kind of a funk, a kind of a, what are we supposed to do next? Yeah, that's what Trace is saying, that Kay and Larry have already been in Arizona. I know I saw a video the other day inside the courtroom. I don't even know how people are getting those videos yet, but I could see Kay, and I don't know if I saw Larry, but I know I saw Kay in the courtroom. And so we want to follow that. I've been reading on those 1,200 pages. And also, I just want to stop right now and say, and remind everybody that it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. July 11th, 5 years ago, about 7:38 in the morning, Charles went by to do the handoff to pick up his son, to take his son to school, and was shot dead. Allegedly, damn it, allegedly by, man, this video is going to have all kind of bad stuff. Allegedly by Lori and Alex. And so, it's been a hell of a 5 years, haven't it? And Charles was so alone that morning. Trace was saying it was a lonely morning. He went over there. He couldn't reach. He tried to reach out to Adam. Adam. Adam didn't call him back. Didn't text him back. And so it really was. I mean, and I hope y'all are not hearing that. My washing machine is walking across the laundry room floor at this moment. Well, Little Brands, it wasn't this year that my dad died. It was the anniversary of his passing. And that anniversary always kind of gets me, bummed again. And I know it's got to be that way for everybody who loved Charles. It was the beginning of a massacre, which started 5 years ago today, which has not been completely adjudicated. And so that's what we're here for. We're here to back up Cresha K and Charles, Tylee, JJ, Tammy, and Joe. And I wanted to make a video, and I've been wanting to make a video, but too, I just wanted to talk, and I'm liable to say something that might reflect badly on her little home channel, and I don't want to do that, because it's just like, I'm liable to say some stuff I don't mean and have to back out of it any second, just because lately I changed my mind so much. So I can't be responsible for my mouth. I sure don't want anybody else to have to be. And anyways, so many things have been hanging heavy on my head, but yet at the same time, I just I can't focus and stuff. And so I have started changing subject. I have started reading Janelle's book, Janelle Murphy's book. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I'm fixing to reach across here. Don't y'all say nothing about my rest of my clothes. And because my brain is crazy, not because of I was crazy. No, I was having trouble focusing and stuff before, And so maybe my yearly cycle of up and down, whatever. So anyways, I'm having a hard time focusing, but it is a very good book. It's from a different angle than some of the other books that we've been written. And also, I've told many people, I put this on the Facebook, but and we're going to have to ask Janelle exactly like this, but she doesn't use Chad and Lori's exact name. And I'm guessing because these people are all very litigious and sue a lot of people. And she wants to tell her story without being afraid somebody's going to sue her, because this is her story, this story from her perspective. You know, everybody sees things differently. And this is Janelle's story, and it's really good. And yes, it is a big book. It's a big book. It's got, let's say 300 and something pages in it. She's got, like if she tells a story about something that happened, she gives, oh man, she don't give a footnote, but she gives where she got the information of. She brings the receipts. If she tells you something in this book, she tells you where she got it from, so you can go look it up for yourself. And I have learned a lot from it too. One thing that, you know, as an example, we learned about this story over a period of time. It was like, you know, we first learned if the kids were missing, then we learned they were in Hawaii and this, that, and the other, you know. So we learned the pieces. Then later on, we learned, oh gosh, she bought the dress before they, you know, all that. So sometimes when we look back on it, we think all the people there knew everything that was going on. And I don't want to say, because a lot of them did know what was going on, but a lot of them did not. And I want to say from Janelle's, this is a point Janelle made in the book, is that the stuff that Chad was saying in the small groups of the, you know, where they would sit in a circle and stuff, is not the same kind of information that like he would give a speaking talk about at the fireside meeting, and he's got a large group of people. He would not, and I guess the best way to say was that the people were vetted down to the smaller groups that would be accepting of spending a lot of money on tents and stuff. And so Janelle said that she did not know everything that was going on at all those meetings. And she says she feels like the Lord protected her by not knowing. And also, because she was, I think she want to say that she was really closer to Melanie Gibb than any of them. And Melanie Gibb had every opportunity to try to reel her in. But I'm guessing she knew Janelle would not fall for that. And of course, Janelle did fall for some of it. I'm sorry, Janelle, I don't mean to say it, but she says herself that she got involved in some stuff that in order to get married to Sean, you know, she feels like that there was things that she did not know all of. Anyway, all that being said, I do think there's more people that need to be arrested, in my opinion. We know who they are, some of these people. Some of the people we don't know who they are. But some of the people there were just genuinely, I don't mean this in a bad way, I actually mean it in a good way. They were ignorant of the evil around them. And I know you think, how can that be? But I mean, too. Hey, Beach Bum, I'm glad you're back. Oh, sweet Beach Bum. We've all, I mean, I hate to, it has been a damn crap storm of trouble for a lot of people. And we're just, I guess so wonderfully glad to wake up each morning and breathe air and try to fight another day. Anyways, like I said, I have been watching, trying to like calm my brain, and because I have post-traumatic stress disorder, and so often what you like are drawn to is not what's good for you. Hey, I always like what's not good for me. So, and that way, I've had to pull back from some things because there's some things you can't do anything about, and so what's my self-care? Okay, little brands, I don't really know. I've been cleaning. I have a lot of clutter around me, and so I was looking at PTSD. One of the symptoms is people like seem to have a lot of clutter around them. And so I'm trying to declutter. If you could see what's around me right now, girl, you would not think, oh, crashes in the hall, crashes in the room. What's up, everybody? So glad you're here to support Donna. We love you so very much, Donna. We're watching, but won't be able to comment. Okay. All right. Love always wins. All right. Krisha's up doing some stuff. She can't comment. She does support us, and that's good. That's good. Anyway, we all love Krisha. I wouldn't have the courage to even be sitting here now if Krisha hadn't given me an opportunity to stick my face and talk my southern drawl. Anyways, it's just so much going on, and it seems to get more pressure and more pressure, and I want to just one thing. I myself have a very bad habit of jumping to conclusions. And you can just hear one little part of something and you're jumped off the cliff into, oh, you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm very, very bad about doing that. And I'm trying to get better about it. By that being said, I want to encourage everybody to give everybody grace, because often when we are upset or triggered or whatever the word is, the blood flow goes to fight or flight and not to reasoning and understanding. So we often say things that are unkind, exaggerated, and so I am trying to work on that, because to find a better way to communicate, and I think a lot of it's patience and things like that. Tracy, so Donna, tell us some of the crime stories that you've been interested in, because they are not the typical ones. Okay. So I have to look it up. But we had an unusual situation down in Mississippi recently, and I did want to share that with you. Just hang on a minute. Y'all talk amongst yourselves while I look for this story. Okay, here it is. Let's okay. Y'all hang on. So I live near we have some lakes in Mississippi, and there's Arcabutla Lake and Stardust Lake, Grenada Lake, and Enid. So some guys from Arkansas were going to come over and go fishing down at Grenada Lake. I think for catfish, I'm not sure. But at any rate, I wanted you to see what happened instead. That is way too loud and too fast. Hang on just a minute, y'all. I don't want to deafen y'all.
Fishermen in Mississippi pull off dramatic rescue of 38 dogs treading water. What started as a day on the water with a friend turned into a full-on rescue mission of 38 dogs. Bob Gist, 61, a State Farm agent in Arkansas, decided to go on a fishing trip with his friend Brad Carlisle, a State Farm agent in Tennessee. After not seeing each other for a while, Gist told RZ News. The two men headed to Grenada Lake in Mississippi and got in touch with Jordan Crestman, a local fishing guide, who led them out onto the water. We go about a half mile or so from where we were to another place and we start fishing, and pretty soon we can hear some dogs barking, Gist said. Pretty soon we saw some dogs on the horizon in the water. The dogs were a part of an annual fox run that takes place in the area, Gist said he learned after the encounter. Crestman noticed a deer in the water and the group of dogs were attempting to chase the animal. We went on fishing for about 10 or 15 more minutes, and Jordan, Crestman, said, "Hey guys, if you don't mind, we really need to go check on those dogs because they're way out there in that water," Gist said. Gist and Carlisle had Crestman lead them over to the pups. Once the boat arrived on the scene, the three men were left stunned. "We're just flabbergasted because it's dogs everywhere, and they're all going in different directions because they can no longer see the bank on either side," Gist said. "And they're all hunting dogs. We can clearly see that because they have expensive GPS radio collars on them." Without hesitation, the men took the dogs onto the boat so they wouldn't drown. "We just immediately started calling dogs on the boat, grabbed their collar and put them in the base boat," Gist said. The three fishermen grabbed as many dogs as they could and fit them on the boat before running out of room. Crestman managed to gather 25 to 27 dogs, making sure none of the pups attempted to jump back into the water. Once the men returned the dogs to the bank, they found the owners in a panic and calling out for help, Gist said. After rescuing the second group of dogs, one man on land told Gist and the others that he had the GPS tracker for the dogs and asked if he could join the rescue. The tracker led the other men to an additional group of 3 to 4 dogs who were estimated to be further than a mile from the bank, according to Gist. They were on the verge of drowning, because now they have been treading water for an hour, Gist said. "We got back over to the ramp with that last bunch of dogs. And we were having to drag them out of the boat because they didn't want to get out of our boat. They were scared they were going back to the water. It was terrible." The owner of the dogs tried to pay Crestman, but he refused to take the reward, Gist said. Gist has labeled Crestman a true hero of the dog rescue. "If Brad and I had been there in a boat by ourselves, we wouldn't have known anything was wrong, but that 20-something-year-old kid, I'm 61, so I'm calling him a kid, he knew something needed to be done," Gist said. "That kid had the presence of mind to know, if we don't do something, there's going to be 38 dead dogs here. And he saved them. I mean, we all pulled them in, but that kid is the hero here." Gist said that while he gives full credit to Crestman, he is grateful to have assisted in the mission to bring the animals to safety. So that was the story that I wanted to share with y'all. I don't know why I have this little movie playing here, y'all, but I'm going to get it off of there. So that was what was going on. I'm not sure why I'm not up there. Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear me? I'm not sure what happened then. So that was a little story that happened about all those puppies. I did not know. That was just like something I've heard it from our local news and stuff, but I think I know. I don't know that boy that said his name was Jordan Cressman, the one who was the hero of it. But I know the Cressman family, and I'm pretty sure I know the Cressman family from Batesville. And I bet I know who that boy was. And that is very thankful that he helped and they got those dogs in. Also, about 2 weeks ago, we had in DeSoto County Sheriff's Department, DeSoto County Courthouse is probably about 15 minutes from my house. And they had a murderer who was wanted out of Texas, who had attempted to kill somebody in South Haven, Mississippi. They had arrested him, and he was in the courthouse to be, arraigned or whatever. And he got out of his shackles and walked out the door and was gone. And they've had to shut the whole town down. And anyway, I'm going to get that story for you. But they said the man was out of the area. We have nothing to worry about. I don't know how come they thought that, because clearly, what's the name? About the dogs? Okay, what's the case I'm going to talk about? Okay, it's the case Joshua Zimmerman. And I had almost forgot about Joshua Zimmerman, but I saw that T-Rev had said that there was something going on with it. And I don't think that there is anything going on with that right now. But I'll find the story. Hang on just a minute. Okay. Okay. Okay, hang on just a minute. Let me see if I can present. Share, surveillance.
Tonight, surrounding the escape of an accused murderer in DeSoto County. As we say good evening to you, I'm Joy Redman.
And I'm Joe Birch. This story is outrageous. The DA in DeSoto County, Matthew Barton, says video of Joshua Zimmerman's escape has been deleted from his office's server by an outside entity.
Our Griffin DeMarais joining us live now from Hernando tonight with as many answers as he's been able to round up. Griffin, tell us what exactly happened.
Yeah, guys, this is pretty head-scratching. D.A. Barton said in a press conference today, he said a lot of things, but he was throwing around the word conspiracy a lot. He said him and his office wanted to do their own investigation about what led to Zimmerman being able to walk free, but now they're missing a key piece of evidence.
Not take long for us to uncover a conspiracy.
It has been nearly a week since accused murderer Joshua Zimmerman walked out of the DeSoto County Courthouse in Hernando and has been on the run. DeSoto County District Attorney Matthew Barton said something needed to be done about the investigation on how Zimmerman was able to walk out.
We will have transparency. We're not going to sweep things under the rug. We're not going to act like, stuff happens. We're going to demand accountability because I think public safety requires that.
That is why his office launched an investigation of their own. They received video surveillance yesterday, and shortly after, they noticed they had been hacked, and the videos were all gone.
From an outside entity, not the state of Mississippi, local entities, directed the county IT to go onto my server and delete state's evidence. So the video that I had obtained through lawful and traditional and appropriate manners in the scope of the duties that my investigators have was deleted because these co-conspirators.
Barton says he knows who did it and they have been confronted. However, he said that is not enough. So he is asking a grand jury to investigate the courthouse and how Zimmerman was able to walk out no problem.
The grand jury will be investigating our courthouse. They will be investigating any other county buildings they believe need to be reviewed, and any person or agency associated with the taking of state's evidence.
Now, Barton said he had no update on the location of Zimmerman or possibly his whereabouts, but he said it's just scary to know a guy like that is still on the loose. Now, we reached out to the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office, who said they had no comment on the matter, but will have a statement coming soon. Again, guys, just a really head-scratching scenario to think that that video is just gone and deleted. So we'll see as this story continues to progress. I'm sure this is not the last we will hear. In DeSoto County, Griffin Demaray, Action News 5.
So that was the second story because, of course, the day that it happened, the whole town was on lockdown for like 3 hours. And yes, so, and it's sadly, I don't even know who he killed. I mean, Beach Bum is saying that he messed up. Santa Rosa County has a wonderful sheriff, Bob Johnson, and that he's very dangerous. Well, they said he was very dangerous, but he, I hope he's found ASAP too. But what he did is he got some old people who didn't know that town was on lockdown and asked them, told the people a sad story about he needed to go to Memphis. And the people, I don't know, it was a grandpa or who it was, drove this guy to Memphis and dropped him off. So they said he was not in the area. I was like, if they don't know where he's at, they don't know if he's not in the area. So we all have been told that he's not in this region. But then yesterday I saw, you know how you get stuff. T-Rev I do not subscribe to T-Rev, but still I see junk that people put out from him. And so, let me show you if it's still there. I should have screenshot it. I'll tell you. Let's see. I don't even know if that's his name since I don't. Community. Yeah. So it says, should we do a live manhunt? This has been unfolding for days as a murderer is on the loose for 26 days. And then it says, I don't know who this Nick person here is, but it says a large police presence reported in South Haven, or a dozen police cars, activated lights spotted along State Line Road towards Horn Lake Road. This may be related to blah, blah, blah. I haven't heard anything about this, and I live nearby. So I hope, one way, it wouldn't surprise me if he was still in South Haven. After all, the same people who said he had left the area also are some of the same people who've done something to the video. 26 days on the run since he was here. Yes, Beach Bum, it is. It's close to me. Oh, my brother and his wife were in town at a little restaurant across from the courthouse when all this kind of went down. that morning, and everybody had to stay inside the stores and the restaurants and everything while they were all running around trying to figure out how they had lost a whole prisoner. And he walked out of there unnoticed. He had help. Somebody helped him walk out of there. Why? I don't know. And somebody deleted that video. What in the world? I mean, that's a conspiracy of some kind. I'm not sure who is in on that. But he had help. He had inside help. And somebody in that group knows how to hack shit and take pieces of video. Crazy, isn't it? So those are my two little crimes. I'm glad they've settled the dog crime. Speaking of dog crime, I have a new puppy. Somebody dropped it off at the football field where I walk the track, and some terrible person dropped a sweet puppy off down there. And I'm a sap and could not leave it down there. I walked all through the neighborhood trying to find, in case it belonged to somebody in the neighborhood. Of course it didn't. And I need another puppy, like I need a hole in my head. But here we are. We got 7 whole people watching here, y'all. I guess I better get some. And the puppy was not chipped. I did take the puppy to the vet, and the puppy is not chipped. It don't belong to nobody. I haven't gotten all of its shots and stuff yet. That's, and then too, my brother said, "Oh, I want that puppy." So he's like, "I got to talk my wife into it." Well, that didn't work. So now, a week later, I've got a big old puppy. I don't know who this is, so I'm not talking to him. Does my puppy want to come up here and stand? Come on, Tiger. Come on, Tiger. I got this treat in my pocket. She don't come very good. I got a treat. Come on. Come here. Come on. Come on, meet everybody. I think she's a goat. I'm not real sure. Ooh, she's in my stuff. So this is Tiger, and this is Brutus. And Brutus has learned to accept her as a sister. Tiger. Tiger's legs are as long as Brutus's. The vet said that she's a puppy. She's a very young puppy. So she has very long legs, and she eats stuff. I think she's part Billy Goat. And she runs like a greyhound. Maybe she's part greyhound. I'm not sure. Anyway, she is adorable, but she's a baby, and she chews on everything. She chewed my best hair rolling. I have one of those, blowout brushes. She ate that cord. Thank goodness it wasn't plugged in. Beach Bum says she's gorgeous. She is a hound mix. She'll probably weigh 55 pounds. Oh my God. That's more than Brutus. So you think she'll be bigger than Brutus? Oh my God. What have I got into? What have I got into? My brother wanted her, but he said, oh no. My brother wanted her, but they live on a farm. Not their farm, but my sister-in-law's family's farm. And they have cows and calves. And when the calves, she'll be lanky and tall, I see. The maternity ward pastures behind their house because they have like gullies and gravel pits and stuff. So they have got to keep the calves away from where they can't fall off and hurt themselves. And that's right by my brother's house. And my brother said, I think she would chase the calves. And she would chase the calves. She chases the cats. She wouldn't hurt the cats, but she sure does enjoy to chase them. A plot. Oh my God, what have I got myself into? Anyway, so as if I didn't have enough to do, I have got myself a project of potty training a dang part greyhound, part plotter dog. And she is really hard-headed. She will not come. I just got some treats because she won't come to her name. She won't come to nothing if she wants to play. That's all she wants to do is play, play, play outside and run. And anyways, so let's see what Beach Bum says. Buster chased everything. My ex was the only one who could call him off. He would tree stuff. He loved the water and was a great swimmer. I wondered about the water thing. But yeah, her and my cat chase squirrels and birds up trees all day long. That little stray cat I took in, she will kill a bird and a squirrel before you can mess around about it. And so it took the cats longer to warm up to the puppy than it did Brutus. Thank you, Janine Marie says. Thank you for loving that puppy. I know it, and I'm just so mad at people that put puppies out, and really, I'm just so freaked out about going walking. See, the two ladies that I walk with, like, are older than me, on blood thinner, and they're like, oh, don't let the dog jump on me. So I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna keep the dog over here, and they would not go on. And so I walked home a different way to keep the dog off of them. And I just couldn't throw something at her and leave her down there. He also loved our baby. When we gave him her baby blanket after she was born, he knew immediately when he came home. He slept under the crib. I mean, I feel like a dog sandwich at night between these two dogs. He loved my fur babies too. He was scared of one of my cats. I'd have to rescue him from being pinned in the corner. Yeah, the cats, I mean, he chases the cats till the cats get tired and the cats turn around and slap him. And she nips at me too, like playing. She'll just nip at me. And she doesn't really hurt me, but I really don't want her doing that because it just seems like it's a little aggressive. I'm working that out of her. So I am going to try to make some more videos. I'll try to be more organized and have a subject. It's like, and I don't want to get on any toes. I don't want to get on any when anybody else is going to be doing a video and everybody's covering this, everybody's covering that. But I may try to write some things down and try to be more organized. I really do want to go through Charles's pages, Charles, that 1,100 page document, and maybe just reading it. I don't know. And not to take away from Krisha, she may be able to, like, if I make some little report, she might be able to use them in her stuff. And anyways, I'm really, really have had a hard time focusing. And like I said, I had decided that I was going to make a video a bit ago and had never done it. I was in Toastmasters a few years ago, and when I worked at a big company, and we had a Toastmasters right there on the campus of the business, and it gave me the opportunity to give little speeches and talks. And so, thank you, TC. It's so good to have some friends and people who are glad to talk to you. And yeah, it's start because people aren't subject. That's right. So I can kind of like figure out why I can't get music in with my sound. TC wants to know how Mama is. Okay, Mama is doing real good. She's out there working on a puzzle. And yesterday she was in a cleaning mood, and I went in there and she had swept her little room where she does her puzzles, and was trying to mop. I said, "You better give me that mop." I'm looking at my dogs. I got dog beds all around me, and she's doing good. We had she cooked some pinto beans that she had soaked overnight and cooked, and I made some cornbread, and we had some red onion, and my daughter is growing some tomatoes, and so she gave us some tomatoes. So we had tomatoes and red onion and pinto beans and hot cornbread. And then one of my neighbors stopped by and brought a half a watermelon, and Mama loves watermelon, so she's probably in there. Yes, I missed the trial, and I miss telling y'all about my mama. And look, my mama, the last day before when I went to go on vacation, she said, "I am so tired of the Daybells." Well, look, she's been watching that Karen Reed trial, and that thing went on forever. And I never did tie myself to listening about the Karen Reed trial. But I'm hoping that they won't retry that lady, because even though I don't know what happened, it seems like the consensus is that she didn't do it and that there's no proof or whatever. So I don't know anything about it. Whew. Uh-oh. Let's see. Is that contagious? How many of y'all are yawning now? How many people are yawning in the chat because I yawned? TC says, "I love Mississippi food. I always ask my mom to meet me at Mississippi dinner, to make me a Mississippi dinner whenever I'm over to see her." I know that's right. I know that's right. I missed so much of Chen's trial too. I mean, Beach Bum, I didn't miss it because I was here for it. But that last week, because I was trying to get ready to go on my vacation, and I want to say they were doing the impact statements the day I went to get my hair done, and I didn't hear all that. But then everybody said that it was so hard to listen to, that it was very emotional, and it was very upsetting. And I'm like, I already know. Maybe I don't, need to get myself upset, extra. So I haven't really watched everything again. And then it was on Saturday that the death penalty came back, death penalty. And I was trying to get ready to go on that trip with my daughter. And I was trying to pack. And then the day, okay, That was Saturday night. Sunday morning, I got up. I still hadn't packed my stuff to go on the vacation, and I stumped my little baby toe. And so I had to keep my ice on my toe and soak hot water, ice on the toe. I couldn't wear no shoes except for flip flops. And so I had to, I still can't, I can get my, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm still yawning. I can get my tennis shoes on over my over the little toe, but I have to take them off as soon as I get back from my walk. I can't wear any shoes on it yet. Y'all talking about, let's see. The Karen retrial is terrible compared to the Daybell's. Judge seems crooked. Those are absolutely dog bite marks on his arm, and I wish I could post a picture to show the same marks. Definitely are dog tag. I see. What a jerk. LeBrand says, looks like he was wearing Lori's lip gloss. TC says, Chump's mugshot. Looks like he was crying like a baby. I'm just saying, that Chad, he was something else, wasn't he? He was something else. He thought he was going to get by with it. I'm just not knowing what to think about it, really. And Emma, I'm worried about Emma. I don't know about that. I haven't checked to see. Let's see. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if the house is closed yet. Y'all can go with me. Let's make sure that I'm on the right thing here. Okay, we're on the Fremont County. I always forget the address. I'll have to go down look up the address. Property. Well, it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. That the land 202 North 1900 East Salem is still in John Pryor's name. And I keep going back to this because eventually so I'm copying that. So let's go back to the So if we did it that way, if you wanted to look this up at the Fremont County to try and see when it does close, you put the address in there. You get the same thing about John Pryor. See the details. It says as it said, this. Total assessed value $363,000. These are the details. Here's a picture of the house. Anyways, that's my way of nosing in that. So that hasn't closed yet. I wish Kay and Larry could buy it and tear it down and make a park for the kids and Tammy. It is still on the market, but people are saying that, yeah, I wish Vandersloot would buy it and it would elevate his reputation to do that, but I doubt it. It's on the market, but I think that it says that it's pending. TC says I emailed and asked him to get a Secret Santa to buy the Daybell property and create a park. Who would want to live where Tylee's body parts are somewhere on there? Yeah, that is a very good idea. TC Vandersloot is obviously Secret Santa. He's got billions. He should, but it's a great deed. No one will ever want to live there. That's the they want $350,000 for it, but it's assessed at $363,000. I mean, really, I'm thinking you could buy a pretty nice house for that. But what do I know? Of course, they're building a dang temple right down the street from it, and so maybe that raises the value. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, because I don't think it raises value in other cities for them to put a temple out there. So I can't believe I've been talking an hour. Maybe a psychic or something. Maybe it's a new reality TV show. I don't know, but the property doesn't look as nice as it did when they bought it. Because if you look at the earlier pictures of the property, it was and they took better care of it. Chad was too busy messing around town to be trying to take care of the yard. There I go judging people. A new temple will help it sell. Yeah. That's another thing that happened right after the trial. First of all, I want to say that I was on my way to Florida. It was like the next day after he got sentenced to he got sentenced to the death penalty 6 times or whatever it was. The next day, East Idaho News covered a live stream of, I want to say it was, where they, when you're going to build something and everybody comes and brings a shovel, and what do they call that? What is that called? Well, I can't even think of it. But whenever you're going to build something and it's going to be for a purpose, generally they'll have a groundbreaking. Thank you. Cindy Bullock, thank you. I might need you to come with me for the rest of the day. So they were having this groundbreaking for this new temple. And of course, people have all around the world been watching East Idaho News to find out about Lori and Chad. We all think it's all crazy as all get out. And then here they're talking about this temple, and they were talking about how it was going to be where it was going to be in Idaho, that it was going to be so far from this river. It sounded like what David Warwick said when he was describing the temple they couldn't see. Yeah. So in my brain, I was like, well, dadgum. Chad Daybell knew ahead of time they were going to build this temple. I mean, that's insider news. How would he know? I don't know. Somebody knew. And all that crap they were saying out there in the field, was it near where the temple was going to be built? I don't know. It's crazy. And of course, everybody in the room, not Mormons, not LDS, were going, this is terrible. This is in bad taste. We just, of course, you know, it was just bad timing because, and there was no moderators. That's another thing. East Idaho News did a live feed with a chat and no moderators. And so everybody was just a free for all of what they were saying about it. And I don't know if it's still up or not, but it's pretty comical. Those two. Brutus, since he got a girlfriend. Brutus, since you got a girlfriend, you're terrible. So I wanted to come and talk to y'all because one reason is because I miss y'all so much. We got so much to catch up on. I want to talk about Janelle's book. I want to talk about some other channels that I've been like hovering around looking at. That one, that Word Wise, that lady that reviews books, and she's read most of Chad's books, and she's fixing to read Visions of Glory. Her name is Word Wise. Tiger is not fixed. If not, do it soon. Okay. Thank you, Beach Boy. I was wondering about that. I don't know how old she is, but I don't think she's fixed. But she's a baby. She's a huge baby. Tiger is a huge baby. Show him your pretty face. I want you to show him your pretty face. Show him your pretty face. She has a real pretty face. Oh, Brutus is trying to get in my lap too. Brutus is a good boy. Okay. Woo. Yeah, we have a place. We have a place in Memphis where you can get your animals spayed at a discount price. If you're a retiree on a fixed income. And I tried to get an appointment, but it'll be August before they take new appointments. So she is really something. How can they get puppies? How do they draw people to want to have puppies? God. It's just like a dang stampede around here. Huge dog. I read that those kind of hounds are real loyal and smart, but they're also stubborn and need extra time to train. So, anyways, probably need to do this and set up another time. And I know, have y'all been watching KJ talk about a new Donna Adelson trial? If y'all haven't seen KJ talking about the Adelson trial, you need to. And okay. KJ has been talking about Donna Adelson, and it's so crazy. When I hear creators say Donna, I was like, every time they say Donna, I thought, what I do? Before they get to Adelson. Edelson, whatever. And the same thing with the Donna Serafina, all of it. And the one people say in her name, I was like, what I do? What I do? Yes, Donna, I've been playing that bunch. Clothes for 6 are a hot mess. I swear. I swear. Anyway, let's see. So I'll make another video maybe, and when I do, I'll make something that's worth actually sharing with somebody, and maybe we can have some, TC, there's so many murders and so many of the things, but the thing about it is, first of all, my brain has a hard time keeping up with the different stories, even the ones that I have kept up with. I have to be careful. Of course, they kind of overlap, some of the ones that we have talked about. But well, now I have lost my thought. That is no good. Well, I guess it better, give me that. She'll ruin my other one. It's just like having a baby in the house. It is just like having a baby in the house. I want to make some videos about true crime, but I also want to make some videos about PTSD and how it can mess with your brain and make you where you have a hard time communicating with others and really trigger you in some ways that make you seem really weird to other people. And while you'll still seem weird to other people, maybe they'll give you some grace if they can name it, what's going on. And so it was good seeing all y'all, and I'm going to get out of here now, and I'll make a new video soon. I'll try to make one that's just a little short pre-record, and then I'll see you again, and we'll have another video chat. All right, bye.